How to save money, get out of debt, and build financial freedom. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a habit problem. They don't lack income. They lack structure. They don't lack opportunity. They lack discipline. If you want to save money, get out of debt, and move toward financial freedom, the solution is not complicated, but it does require one thing, a decision to stop living reactively and start living intentionally. Today, we're going to break down the fastest way to save money, how to get out of debt, how being debt-free leads to freedom, and why choosing not to be a consumer changes everything. And you can start today with your very next paycheck. Step 1, understand the real enemy. The real enemy is not your bills, it's unconscious spending. Most people don't track where their money goes. They swipe, they tap, they subscribe, they upgrade, and at the end of the month, they're confused. But money leaks quietly: coffee runs, subscriptions, food delivery, impulse buys, upgrading phones, financing furniture. It's not one big purchase, it's small habits repeated weekly. The fastest way to save money is not to earn more, it's to stop leaking. The fastest way to save money. Here is the fastest method beginners can apply immediately. Pay yourself first. Before you pay bills, before you shop, before you eat out, the moment your paycheck hits, move a percentage into savings. Even if it's 10%, if you earn $1,000, move $100 immediately. Do not wait until the end of the month, because at the end of the month, there's always something. Savings must be automatic. If you don't see it, you won't spend it. That single habit alone can transform your financial life. Step 2, create a simple structure. You don't need a complicated spreadsheet. Start simple. Divide your paycheck into 4 categories: savings essentials, rent, utilities, groceries, debt lifestyle. If your income is tight, your lifestyle category must shrink. Not your savings, not your essentials. Lifestyle is adjustable. Rent is not. Debt is not. Savings builds future stability. Lifestyle spending builds temporary comfort. Choose long-term over short-term. Step 3, how to get out of debt. Debt keeps you working for the past. Every payment you make with interest is money that already left your life once. If you want to get out of debt quickly, use one of 2 proven strategies. The snowball method. Pay off the smallest debt first. Ignore interest rate for a moment. Eliminate the smallest balance completely. Why? Because psychological wins matter. Once one debt disappears, momentum builds. Then move to the next smallest and the next. The avalanche method. Pay off the highest interest rate debt first. This saves more money long term, mathematically smarter, but emotionally harder. Choose the method you will stick with. The key is consistency, the debt acceleration rule. Here's a powerful principle. Every extra dollar toward debt reduces your future stress. If you receive a tax refund, put it toward debt. If you receive a bonus, put it toward debt. If you cut expenses, redirect it toward debt. Temporary sacrifice leads to permanent relief. Why being debt-free changes everything. When you are debt-free, your paycheck belongs to you. You don't wake up working for interest. You don't stress when emergencies happen. You breathe differently. Debt creates pressure. Freedom creates options, and options are power. When you are debt-free, you can save aggressively, invest consistently, start a business, leave toxic environments, take career risks. Debt limits movement. Freedom expands it. The hidden trap, consumer mindset. Now let's talk about something deeper. Being a consumer keeps you dependent. Consumer mindset says, I need the newest. I deserve this now. I'll upgrade later. I can finance it. But financing steals your future. Marketing exists to separate you from your paycheck. Every advertisement is trying to convince you that happiness is one purchase away, but real peace comes from ownership. Ownership of your time, ownership of your money, ownership of your decisions. When you stop being a consumer and start being an investor, everything shifts. The benefits of not being a consumer. When you don't chase upgrades, you keep cash. When you don't finance lifestyle, you eliminate interest. When you delay gratification, you build capital. When you stop buying things you don't need, you gain clarity. Minimal consumption builds maximum stability. The wealthy often live below their means. The struggling often live above them. It's not about looking rich, it's about being stable. Apply this with your next paycheck. Here's what you can do today. Decide your savings percentage. Even if it's 10%, automate it immediately. Cancel one unnecessary subscription. Stop eating out for 1 week. Put that saved money toward debt. Avoid one impulse purchase this month. Small wins compound. You don't need a dramatic overhaul. You need consistency. Emergency fund, your first shield before investing, before upgrading, before vacations. Build a small emergency fund. Start with $1,000, then grow it to 3 to 6 months of expenses. This fund prevents you from going back into debt when life happens, because life always happens. Car repairs, medical bills, unexpected expenses. Without savings, emergencies become debt. With savings, emergencies become inconveniences. Financial freedom defined. Financial freedom is not luxury. It is stability. It is knowing that your bills are covered without stress. It is knowing that you don't need the next paycheck to survive. It is the ability to say no. No to toxic jobs. No to bad partnerships. No to financial pressure. Freedom begins when obligations shrink and ownership grows. The psychological shift. Saving money is not just financial. It is psychological. When you save, you feel control. When you reduce debt, you feel lighter. When you live below your means, you feel powerful. And when you build assets instead of liabilities, you step into wealth consciousness. The world teaches consumption, but wealth is built in silence. Quiet discipline, repeated decisions, delayed gratification, the long-term impact. Imagine this. You save 15% of every paycheck for 5 years. You eliminate all debt in 2. You build an emergency fund. You stop upgrading constantly. You invest consistently. 5 years from now, your stress level is different. Your confidence is different. Your options are different. Freedom doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with one paycheck handled correctly. Final message. The fastest way to save money is simple. Pay yourself first. The fastest way out of debt. Attack it aggressively and consistently. The fastest path to freedom. Live below your means. Avoid consumer traps. Build assets instead of payments. Financial freedom is not about income alone. It's about behavior. And behavior is controlled daily with your next paycheck. Not next year, not after a raise, not after motivation. With the next deposit. Decide. Save first, spend second. Eliminate debt, reduce consumption, build freedom. Because when your money works for you, you stop working for money, and that is where real freedom begins.